Hey guys, Ted Bogert, welcome back to the TED Show. This is the week of Orlando Regional Realtor Association friends, and I'm super excited to have my friend Jason Marquis on the show. He is a candidate for a director position at ORA, Orlando Regional Realtor Association. The elections end tomorrow at 5. That's September 29th at 5 p.m. But I wanted you to get to know Jason and learn more about him. So welcome, Jason. How you doing today?
I am great, Ted. How are you?
I am great.
Welcome to, and I'd like to, on behalf of your viewers, thank you. And thank you for being the best part of the Orlando Regional Realtor Association in the realtor world.
Oh, he's so sweet. He's so good and so kind. And he means that. And he's just one of those people that you always want to be around because of his energy and his passion for the real estate community. So before we take a deep dive into that and talk about your why as far as wanting to be a director, let's talk about you. So give us a little 411 on Jason.
Well, I am the son of I'm a Navy brat. My father served 30 years in the United States Armed Forces and lived half of my life in Florida, the other part of Florida, aka Lower Alabama, also known as the Florida Panhandle, and was a product of Florida middle schools and Florida high schools and the great Florida State University. Please forgive me if you are a member of the University of Florida. Beautiful campus, but they didn't have the program that I wanted to attend, and when I graduated from Florida State, got a job working for the United Nations. Wow. And have always been focused on serving others. When I was with the United Nations, I was a court administrator. I was not in the judicial part of the court, but we were part of the Rwandan tribunal. So I heard testimony, the most heartbreaking testimony you would ever heard, and got inspired by the courage of those people that survived untold horrors and came through it and became better. And I've always had a servant's heart. My father was a Navy physician, and when his corpsman's position always came up, the corpsman staff, the assistants, and those that served under him, they had to have a lottery to see who would be my father's corpsman or corpspersons, because so many people were asking to work for my father. And my father was not the easiest person to live with or to work for, but he always said, I will fight for you with every breath of my being. What I expect in return is you give me your best. And so I take that to my real estate profession, to my service to the real estate organization, is I give my best, and I will fight with every ounce of my being for you, for the members. And that is my why.
And that's a fantastic why. And since I know you personally, I can attest to the fact that that's exactly what you do all the time. You serve on many committees, many functions within the real estate community, and not just ORA, but nationally and other organizations.
Correct.
And I think that I agree. Hey, what's up, GP Piz? How you doing? She says, great. Why? I believe that every time I see you, I'm on a call with you, a Zoom, at a meeting, your give back is authentic, and you really care. And that passion and that caring is exactly what we need. We need the representation. Not that we haven't had it before, but that's what you want as a director at ORA. That's what you want in your community. So let's talk about your director position. Explain to people because we have over 20,000 members of ORA, what a director actually does.
So a director is your elected representative to be your voice at the decision-making table for Aura. Um, Organized real estate is in a great state of flux right now. You've got there are several lawsuits. The moral lawsuit talking about the buyer agency and buyer compensation. You've got the Department of Justice lawsuit that at the national level, where restrictive business practices. You've got clear cooperation with MLS. You've got all of these things. There's not enough inventory. There's not affordable housing here in Central Florida. All of these big issues. And you need to have people at that table who not only will listen to the 20,000 members, and we may not always agree, but I will listen to you. If I am honored by you to be one of your 19 elected representatives, I will listen to you and I will take what you say to heart. I may not do what you want me to do because it may not be in the best interests of all 21,000 members, and it may not even be in my best interest. But I will guarantee you this: I will put my interests third. The interest of the association will be first. The interests of an individual member will be second, and my interest will be third.
Love it.
And we need those people with not only who know what's going on, but can talk about what's going on, but also people who have connections in other associations in other parts of the state of Florida and other parts nationally that can bring back ideas to Orlando, because it may work. What works in that the Southland Regional Association of Realtors in the San Fernando Valley may work here in Orlando, or it may be something from Houston, or it may be something from Seattle, or it may be a small boards association's ideas that we can scale to our size. We are the 7th largest realtor association in the country. We are one of the fastest growing associations in the country. And during the pandemic, we were far and away the fastest growing association in the country. And I know this because of my connections with the National Association of Realtors, because of my connections with realtor associations from Guam to the west coast of the United States, from Maine to Key West to Puerto Rico in the U.S. Virgin Islands. I know somebody or know somebody who knows somebody in almost every association in this country. And I say that not to be braggadocious, but I say that because if I don't know the answer, and if I don't know what I don't know, but I want to know what I don't know. And I will tell you I don't know it, but I will find out for you. So
You will absolutely find the answer.
if you ask me a question, I will say, you know what, Ted? Let me get back to you on that. Let me do some research, and if I give you a time, within that time, I will have called you back and said, okay, Ted, here's your answer. Here's who I got the information from, and here's 3 resources that you can then either verify on your own accord, or if you want more information, please contact Jane Doe at this.
Yeah, you are a huge resource, which is why I know a lot of people do go to you. And I want to talk about a little bit about that as far as the association goes. So we both know that the association has, I'm glad you gave the number, 21,000 for Aura. But a lot of people only utilize the association for their lockbox MLS access. What do you say to those realtors who say, well, I don't know how to get involved, or I haven't found anything for me, or this is just a place where I pay my dues and I leave? Why is it a benefit to be more involved and active in the association from your perspective?
Because from my perspective, the more you give to the association, the more you get out. And the more you understand how the decisions are being made. So you may say, oh, well, why did we raise these dues? Well, we raised these dues because we now have spent $300,000 and we have not spent $300,000. So I'm just using this as an example on a billboard campaign throughout Central Florida that we did a few years ago, where realtors are the key. And that benefits us versus being just a real estate agent. What is it helping you build your business and providing you the tools to become better realtors, to become better practitioners, so that Florida Realtors, for example, is going to be rolling out an app called Forewarn. Forewarn is if you get a call on your listing, or a call comes in, or something comes in from your website, and you're just not 100% sure, and the little hairs on the back of your neck are starting to poke up, you can put in that number and you can find out if that person is actually real, or if it's a scam, or if this person is trying to murder you. Because September is Realtor Safety Month. And that is a tool that we at Aura helped bring forth to the state. So there are tools that we offer that the average member may or may not know about and doesn't use. You want a blog post, go to Aura's website and pull some housing statistics. And you can take those housing statistics and make 3 blog posts from it. And then you become the expert. And your dues paid for that. And your dues will pay for that whether you use it or not. It is my job to help you understand that you don't have to go out and pay third party for that, that is offered at the National Association's level, or at the Florida Realtors level, or at the local level.
I love that you brought that up, because that's a huge one. There are so many things, like, even I've been involved with the association for years. There are still times when I'm surprised at benefits I didn't know about, classes that are offered that I wasn't aware of. And I think that it's so important to utilize your association for more than just your MLS access and your lockbox. There's so much more that it can give you. And one of the things that I get a lot, and I just talked about this on a previous show, is that realtors will say to me, well, why would I want to network with or go to events with other realtors? So what do you say to that? And I'm going to put you on solo spot here for a second.
Oh, that's fine. Because Orlando is huge. And some of us go from Lake Wales to Daytona Beach, but some of us don't. And you may want to network with somebody in a different area of town, that if you do have a buyer or a seller, you can then call that your new friend that you've met at a networking event and go, hey, do you have any buyers for this? Do you have any, I've got a buyer looking in Avalon Park. Do you have anything coming up? Oh, yes, I do. I just talked to someone, and there's a sale that you didn't have because it's not in the MLS. And when you do that, you build your network and you become better. And then maybe you can talk about, oh, this deal was horrible. Oh, yeah, I had this deal. I had this very similar situation. This is how I overcame that objection. This is how I got through that situation. And now it's become an informal mastermind.
Yes. It's a beautiful thing, honestly. And I always say too, look, from a business perspective, you want to know other realtors in your community, if not for anything else, if they happen to be on the other side of the transaction.
Exactly.
it is a beautiful thing to know the realtor on the other side of the transaction and have a relationship with them. And that all comes from being more involved and active in the association. As an affiliate, there have been many times where I have been able to call the listing agent and say, hey, this offer, because I'm a lender, this offer is amazing. Here's why. And I felt comfortable picking up the phone and calling them. Why? Because I had met them or networked with them or gone to a class with them or something. And so I actually personally knew who they were. So if you all don't think about it for anything else and you just think about the Association for Business, it's a beautiful thing to be able to know the realtors.
And I will tell you, in previous markets where you were competing with 50 and 60 and 70 offers, I've had sales where my offer may not be the highest, may not be the best, but because that person knows me, they chose that, and they're like, this is going to be a much smoother transaction
Right. That's right.
because I know Jason. Or I'm like, or they really want this house. Well, okay, I'm going to warn you, this agent is not the most responsive, and it will, be prepared.
Correct.
And it's because I know and I network and have gotten to work with agents.
Yes. And you do a fantastic job of interacting. And I can speak from experience with you. Your heart is always about what's best for the real estate community, the housing community. And so when we talked about you coming on the show, I was like, this is perfect because Jason's got the exact heart we need, heart and soul we need as a director. So as we wrap up, tell them how the best way for them to reach you and the best way for them to vote.
Okay, so the best way to vote is to go to orlandorealtors.org/2024 elections. You will need the number that you signed, your M1 number, which is usually is your MLS number. And you will need your password that you would sign into the portal to pay your dues, which, by the way, there is still a $25 dues discount for your 2024 ORA dues. Dues are due no later than 5 p.m. on October 30th. Please do not miss out because you will have to pay late fees, and you don't want to pay late fees coming in so close to the holiday season. Click on the vote now button. You can also scroll down and you can see all of our consent to serve forms. And there are 5 positions. I hope that I am honored to be one of your 5. All of the people running are great. All of the people running have a passion for the association. Some have more experience than others. I would like to think that I have more experience than many of the people running, but all of the people have passion for aura. I hope that my unique value proposition that I would bring to the table is that I can think outside of the box. I can think beyond the Interstate 4 corridor. I network with and bring forth members from, again, like I said, from Guam to the Virgin Islands and all points in between. And I will bring back best practices that other associations will be doing. And I can connect those people as these next 3 years change. We don't know what the association is going to look like in 3 years. We don't know what buyer agency is going to look like. We don't know if we are going to keep our same compensation model. And you need someone who understands that and can think outside of the box with that and bring varying perspectives to the table.
Agreed. Perfectly said. Y'all get out and vote. Orlando realtors.org/2024 elections. It's scrolling across the bottom there. I'll also put it in the body of this amazing show. Jason, I truly love your passion. I do. I appreciate you. I respect you. I think that you have such a great heart and soul for the association and really for all the organizations you're involved with. And you're such a great advocate.
Yes. So thank you, Ted.
Thank you. Thanks so much. You all get out and vote. You have a vote. Make your vote be known. Make your voice be known. Go to orlandorealtors.org/2024 elections or reach out to me and I'll get you there. Jason, thank you so much.
Thank you much, Ted.
Elections, you can vote until 5 p.m. tomorrow, I believe.
Correct.
Which is the
5 p.m.
29th.
5 p.m. on the 29th.
Get on it, guys.
Yes.
All right, Jason. Thank you so much. See you guys.